not spoken to you since this video has started. So it is currently 6:25 right now. I need to hurry up and leave so I can get to school on time. But today I have my statistics midterm, which I am kind of nervous for because statistics is not necessarily my strongest suit. But we're gonna keep trying. In my backpack I have my iPad, my headphones, my laptop sleeve, and my laptop. I'm gonna put on some perfume. I'm wearing this one today. Do a little book haul because I've recently purchased some new books, and these were some that I started reading on Libby and I wanted to get them in the paperback copy. So the first one that I have is Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and in this novel we follow around the two characters. We have Haley Piper and we also have Jack Marshall. So pretty much Haley and Jack end up having a one-night stand and then they go their separate ways, and like a significant period of time goes by. And then after, Haley's like, you know what, I want to throw myself back into the dating scene. She downloads the dating app and guess who she finds on the app? No other than Jack Marshall. So these two start messaging each other and they make it clear that, you know, like there's no feelings between the two of them. They just want to be friends. So they decide that they're going to be each other's like wingman, wing person. So they're going to help each other find their soulmates. Like Haley's going to help Jack find someone and Jack's going to help Haley find somebody. But in the process of doing this, they're not really having a lot of luck. So they decide that they're going to strike a wager. So the bet is whoever falls in love first, or they're just going to try to see who can fall in love first. And then another thing that's also added to that as well is Haley gets invited to a wedding that she has to attend to, and she needs to bring a date. So Jack's like, you know what, you can just bring me as your date to the wedding. And while they're at the wedding, they decide that they're going to pretend to be in a couple, so they're going to fake date. And as they're doing this, the lines in the relationship begin to blur and they start to develop feelings for each other. The entirety, or the rest of the novel that I'm reading, is just trying to see how like they are going to work through and navigate, I guess you could say, the dynamic of their current relationship right now. In all honesty, the plot is kind of predictable. I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely a shorter read. But I've been enjoying it for the most part, but I'm gonna finish reading it and kind of give you guys, I'm gonna finish reading it and then I'll have like, I feel like a more concrete understanding of how I feel about this novel. The next novel that I have is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I've heard a lot of people talk about this novel and I'm so excited to finally have it in the paperback copy. But in this novel we follow around the character Clementine West. So Clementine, she's just going through a lot. She's going through a lot of changes in her life, and she's also grieving the loss of her aunt, and one of the ways that she's trying to cope with this is just distracting herself with work. And in the process of her learning how to like grieve over like the loss of her aunt, she decides that she's going to move into her aunt's little apartment. But when she shows up to this apartment, she finds a strange man that she does not know. She has never met this man before, and he pretty much has kind eyes, a southern draw, and he also has a taste for lemon pies. And in the process of her staying in this apartment, she comes to the realization, or like the twist, I guess you could say, in this novel is the fact that he exists, but he exists from the past, if that makes sense. 7 years in the past to be exact, and she quite literally lives 7 years in the future. And it also says here that her aunt always said that the apartment was a pinch in time, a place where moments blended like watercolors. She also said that love is a matter of time, but not timing. So we're going to see these two characters. I believe that they don't say what his name is on the back. No, they don't say what his name is on the back. So pretty much we're going to see how Clementine is going to navigate and grieve the process of losing her aunt, and also getting to know this strange man that is in her apartment. The concept of this novel is honestly what caught my attention because I've never read a romance novel, or I've never seen a romance novel being written specifically in this way. The whole time period of Clementine being from 7 years in the future, or like the present time I guess you could say, and like the guy being 7 years into the past is a dynamic that I'm going to be interested to see how it plays out. But hopefully it's really good. The next novel that I have is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Gerber. I got this one off of Amazon and it was a little busted when it came in the mail, so I'm gonna try to see if I can either flatten this or return it and get like a nicer copy. But in this novel, we follow around Evangeline Fox, and that the love of her life is going to get married to another person. She begins to panic, and she finds herself in a situation of desperation because obviously she wants to stop the wedding because she wants to get married to the love of her life. So pretty much what she decides to do is she decides to go out and strike a deal with a charismatic and immortal Prince of Hearts. But soon she discovers that bargaining with this prince was probably not the best idea. And in the process of bargaining with the Prince of Hearts, she learns and realizes that it's a dangerous game. And he plans for Evangeline, or the plans that he has for Evangeline, he either plans to give her the greatest and happily ever after, or one of the most exquisite tragedies. I've heard a lot of people talk about this novel on Book Talk. Honestly, from what I've heard, is a lot of people like the novel. I've heard a lot of people consider this a 5-star read. So I'm excited to read this and to see what this is about. If there's one thing that I've really noticed about Book Talk is the fact that I've always found it just so cool how the covers are just so different around the world. Like, this is what the cover looks like here where I live. Everyone that I've seen on Book Talk has like the cover like that has like the knights on it, and it's like pink and it says like Once Upon a Broken Heart. But this one looks so different. I was so caught off guard when I saw this cover. I'm not against it, but I kind of feel like the other one is a little cuter. But I feel like I would be biased because I really like animated covers on my novels. But yeah. Lastly, I got The Only One Left by Stephanie Sager, and this novel, like the synopsis of this, was really interesting, which I really liked. So pretty much the book takes place, or for a little bit of context, it starts off in 1929, and this was a very bloody night because everyone except for one member in the Hope family was murdered, and the only member that was not murdered was Lenora, and she was 17 at the time, and lots of people suspected that she was the one that committed the murder because she was the only one that didn't die. And police officers have investigated in this, and they've never been able to actually prove that she was the one that committed the murder. And ever since that murder took place, she has never publicly spoken about the events that took place that night, and she has also never left her house since all those events have taken place. And then when we fast forward to 1983, we are introduced to another character, and her name is Kit, and she is a home health aide. So pretty much she goes over to people's houses that are close to dying, and she like takes care of them because like the last nurse fled and she no longer wants to take care of Lenora. So in the process of Kit being over at Lenora's house and taking care of her, we can see that they almost kind of form like a bond or a relationship. And it gets to the point where Kit is helping Lenora write about the events and like almost like a retelling, so like writing about the events that took place in the night of the Hope family massacre. And through Kit helping Lenora, we're going to figure out and realize what actually happened, the story behind the massacre, who was the one who did it, and all of the nitty-gritties and like little details, which I'm so excited for. I felt like when I was reading the synopsis of this, it kind of reminded me of The Silent Patient, especially when it was the part where it's like, oh, like Lenora doesn't speak publicly about the events that took place that night and she doesn't leave her house. Kind of reminded me of some of the events that took place in A Silent Patient. But apart from that, I'm really interested to see what this novel is about. I started reading it. I'm on chapter 4 right now. So I'm excited. Right now I am working on a paper for my biology class, and it is a topic selection paper, so I have to pick a topic. So I already proposed the topic and it got approved, so now I am writing like the actual paper for it. It's 1,000 words, which is not that bad in all honesty. It's like roughly gonna be like maybe 3 paragraphs, maybe like 3 pages, something like that, so it's really not that bad. But the topic that I chose was lipids, and I'm pretty much going to talk about how like fats are affecting like the effect that fats have on like the human diet, the population, and also I'm going to be talking about the biological components about like how fats are built, what they're made out of, how they affect the body. And I already kind of have like an outline of how I want to write the paper, so I'm just going to go through it again and kind of like brainstorm on my iPad so I can get like a clear understanding of how I want to write and how I want to go about this paper. Take a break now from doing some school stuff, and we're gonna get into my night routine. Hi friends, I just came back from taking a shower, and I don't know what it is, I just really like late night showers. I find that they're just really therapeutic and calming, and it's just so relaxing to take a nice shower at the end of the day. Yeah, it's just really therapeutic and calming, and I love taking a nice warm shower at the end of the day and just going to bed really clean. And I feel like that just, I don't know, it just feels really nice. Yes, the ordinary salicylic acid. I love this stuff. I have gone through several bottles of these, and it's a product that I always find myself going back and reaching for. It's a product that works really well for my skin. I always find that I'm reaching for it, and I love putting it over top of like my blemishes because it really helps treat them and helps with like the scarring as well. And then I recently picked this one up, and this is another one of the Sephora collection vitamin masks. This is the vitamin C one. This one helps promote like glowy skin, and it's also moisturizing as well. And none of these really have scents to them, to be honest. Like, this just smells like lotion, but I really like them because they're thick and there's so much product. I've only used this like, what, 2 or 3 times. It's still really full, as you can see. But I like to take a little bit of this with a spatula and just put that on my face. And then on my neck as well. Honestly, this is a skincare that I've been doing. I really do love Innisfree products, but I tend to find that like if you want a cheaper alternative, these 2 products work really well with my skin, and it's also nice in the morning or in the nighttime. I'm just really tired. I'm in a rush, but I also want to take care of my skin. So I've been on the hunt to find like a good lip mask or lip balm to use for my lips, and Vaseline came out with these, and I love these. They're just like giant lip balms, and I absolutely love them. It just twists up like this, and these are perfect for like on the go and just using in day-to-day life. I bring this with me everywhere I go. I absolutely love these, and you can find them on Amazon as well. And then after, usually I like to do some under eye masks. These are the Florence by Mills under eye masks. These are the whale ones. They're really cute. I love using them. Earlier, before I was taking a shower, I was doing some bio work, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like right now I'm kind of in an academic slump because I just don't want to do school stuff. And I feel like one thing that school has at least taught me, but I mean like this isn't the only place that you can learn this, is I feel like school has really pushed me to learn how to do things even though I don't feel like doing them. Like with my bio paper, it's not that I can't do it, I just don't want to do it because there's a list of other things that I would rather do instead of doing that paper. But I feel like learning to get things done even when you don't feel like doing them is such a valuable skill to have, just because discipline is really important, and you're not always going to feel like doing things, and there's always going to be things in life that you have to do even when you don't feel like doing them. So I feel like that's kind of something that I've been like realizing a lot through my years of schooling. Oh, also products that I use in the shower is I use this Philosophy Vanilla body wash. This stuff smells really nice. I really like it. It just looks like that. It smells really nice. It's a nice like subtle vanilla scent. And then I ended up using the Johnson's Lightweight Vanilla and Oatmeal Body Lotion. I feel like this paired really well because they both have vanilla. And then before I go to bed, sometimes I like to spray this Yellow Velvet perfume by Zara. And I really like it because it is more of like a feminine, light, florally scent. And it also has like vanilla notes in it too as well. So I feel like it kind of matches like the other products that I use as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna let these sit under my eyes, and I think I'm gonna read for a little, like maybe like 10 minutes or something like that, and then I'm gonna go downstairs, have some dinner, and maybe make some cookies because I have some in the fridge that I would like to make. So yeah.